Hey Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. It's taken me a minute to get to them, but I am finally reviewing the new Dungeons & Dragons cartoon figures from Hasbro. We're kicking it off big with Venger and Dungeon Master, and I couldn't be more excited for these. I absolutely loved this cartoon when I was a kid. I was heartbroken when it kind of just ended. These characters were just great. I mean, talk about wish fulfillment type things. The thought of, and even though they were stranded, the thought of these kids getting to live in this incredible fantasy land, and yes, it was full of danger or whatever, but this was just such an appealing thing to me. Regular kids ending up in this fantastical world. So today we are starting, throughout the week, I'll be reviewing the first wave of these. Today we're starting with the Target and Pulse exclusive 2-pack of the main antagonist and kind of the kindly old Obi-Wan type. Packaging is pretty cool. It's windowless. We, get used to it. I like this little section here with the ampersand on the side. It's eye-catching. It looks cool. I have yet to see this. No, wait a minute. Now that I'm thinking about it, I have seen this in stores, but it hasn't stuck around as long as the other figures have. But I had it pre-ordered, and it came a while ago. I just haven't had time to get to these yet, to devote the week to them that they're going to get. So let's go ahead and open it up and take a look. And this is some thick cardboard. I was very surprised by that. It's not kind of thin kind of stuff that Mattel's using now. Like it's a really thick, solid cardboard. So let's see what we've got in here. What is there a book? What is this? Interesting. Okay. So that's everything in the box. We'll set that to the side. This is just like a backdrop. Oh, how cool is that? Just a really cool fold-out backdrop. That is massive. Hang on, let's see how big this thing is. So you've got this, looks like the background animation of the cartoon. So you've got this great castle. And this is also nice, thick cardboard. Man, this thing is huge. It is... oh my gosh, 31.5 inches by 9 inches. That is a big extra backdrop. And then on the other side, once again, just that ampersand. So a nice kind of flat background just to sort of feature the figures against if you want to, which I will probably use for my thumbnail pictures for the reviews. This is great. What a neat piece this is. I love it. All right. And now we've got our little legal paper from Hasbro. Because we were all kind of given the heads up by Pixel Dan and some other early reviewers. Let's heat these things up. All right. So about 30 seconds of heat on high, and everything's a little warmer. I don't know how much chance there is of damage. I do know that Pixel Dan got 2 Hank figures that the hand broke off like immediately with very little even contact. So I'm just going to do what I can. Those look like wings. This is Venger. This is wild that I'm finally... I wanted toys from this show so badly when I was a kid, and all that was available were the regular Dungeons & Dragons toys. And as cool as some of those were, they just didn't quite have the appeal of these characters from the cartoon. This is what I wanted. And I wish I had gotten... the regular Dungeons & Dragons, although I wouldn't have them now anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right, so he's not just going to slide out of there. I'm trying to be as careful as I can with these. Oh, everything's just kind of lumped in there. Man, oh, this looks fantastic. The colors are incredible. So be aware that his blasting hands are in there with him. So here is Venger, looking great and animated and colorful. He's got an excellent, oh man, design-wise, oh, look at this. We've got a little piece of cardboard in there to keep his skirt kind of opened up where it needs to be from getting mashed down during shipping, which is great because it wouldn't look good if this was just flat. But aesthetics-wise, and I mean this as a compliment, he almost looks like a Super 7 figure. And I mean that in a good way, because Super 7 really knows how to capture an animated cartoon aesthetic in a 3D figure. But Hasbro has done a great job here. Let's take a look. So his skirt and shoulder pieces are all soft plastic. And you can see there's slits to accommodate his articulation. And what are you going to do? I might do a little more direct heating before I really try and manipulate any of these joints. I kind of just did that first bit just to make sure nothing just snapped off. I wanted to get these up to, you know, a little more than room temperature. You can see there's some sort of flash or something right here at the elbow that I'm a little concerned about. I guess not too concerned, because here I go trying to bend it. You know what? I think I got to give this guy a good heating and come back. I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch 30 more seconds of heating up. Okay, so we've had 30 seconds of a little more direct heating. I'm gonna try and bend this elbow, and it's fine. And you know, you guys may know, you know, if you've watched the channel, you know I'm not normally like super duper cautious with a lot of this stuff, because I want the figures to move and articulate in the way that they are meant to. And if, you know, if something gets broken in the course of normal review, then that's not cool, and I want you guys to know about it. But I think we all already know that this line apparently has some sort of issues in that department. So why sit here and break something when I know I need to take measures to make sure it doesn't have problems? Look at his weird skinny little legs. I mean, they're really long, obviously, but they're still skinny. So he has got normal, I guess, sort of Hasbro-style articulation going on under that skirt. So he can do, look, he's got very specific-looking boots going on. Like, I feel like I would have been happy if this skirt was just a piece. Like, I didn't need legs under this guy, because I don't think we ever saw him having legs, really. Like, it was that's what he looked like. I would have been okay with just the skirt and then the upper body articulation, but it's cool. He looks great. The colors look fantastic. I think they've done a really nice job with that portrait, with his creepy teeth, very sort of Nosferatu sort of look going on there. I love the single horn going on his head. A very unique, interesting look. That Hasbro has captured his look very well. Let's get the wings out. See what we're dealing with there. I believe it's all just one piece. Yeah. One piece, which kind of like I was saying with, there's some more bits over there. Kind of like I was saying with his skirt, you know, his wings, if memory serves, and granted I have not watched this cartoon in a long time, his wings were pretty much decorative. I don't believe I don't think he was flying around or anything. And if that's the case, if I'm correct in remembering that way, then I don't mind these just being one unarticulated piece. And look at that beautiful coloring. That black and red, just really nice flat. Got a little production schmutz on there. Rubs right off, no big deal. Just flat black, just beautiful. What a cool, imposing, awesome looking figure. I cannot believe I am going to have Venger on my shelf. The elbows, if you notice when I was moving them, single articulation or single jointed articulation. I'm okay with that, you guys. I don't need every figure to be Spider-Man, as I often say. And this guy was absolutely not Spider-Man at any point. Although the show might have been followed by Spider-Man, I'm not sure. Or Spider-Man and his amazing friends, I suppose. So he's got these energy blast hands as well. Love the translucence of the energy blast, and this is a softer plastic. I also appreciate that it's a fully separate sculpted hand that does have the hinge going on there. And I'm not too worried. Let's see, which one have we got? Oh, nice. Okay, that pulls right out. No big deal. That one slides right in. We've got energy blast in action going on. I don't love the slits, but I don't know what the only other option would have been soft goods, and that just wouldn't have looked good for the animated aesthetic that they're going for here. So it works. It works. If he's going to have any kind of movement at all, there's no other option that I can think of. So I'm good with that. Look at that. Fantastic. I love it. Very nice job with him. All right, let's see what else we've got in here. I'd love an alternate portrait for Venger, like an angry face would be. Oh, come on. An angry face would be nice. Oh, we've got our die. Each figure in this line is going to come with a die, and we've got one for Dungeon Master and one for Venger. I could not tell you off the top of my head. I mean, I'm guessing this is 20-sided. Right? There's the ampersand again. Such a cool, distinctive, trademarked logo. And then that is... Oh, no, that's interesting. Huh. I haven't played D&D since I was in high school, so I cannot tell you the significance of any of the dice. Then let's take a look at Dungeon Master, little fella. He always creeped me out a little bit, Dungeon Master did. I said Obi-Wan. Obviously, he's patterned a little bit more after Yoda, I suppose. Okay, so he has got hinged shoulders. He does have articulated hands, but I am going to heat those up before I try and turn them at all. And this is kind of what I was saying about Venger, is if Venger had just been this, I would have been fine with it. Wouldn't have been a problem. His head, a little bit of movement, not much to this figure, but I'm okay with that. I don't need a super articulated Dungeon Master. I'm perfectly fine with... And I do want his hands to turn. Am I really going to have to stop the video just to heat his little hands up? And I think the answer to that is yes. All right, once again, 30 seconds on high. Get that wrist to bend. And then we'll kind of use that to turn. Ooh, that is... I mean, they're basically rubber. It's such a soft plastic here. And you can see... it does not want to turn. And I'm afraid I'm just going to shear it right off. Let's see if that left hand has any better luck. I almost just want to try and pull it out, but then I'm afraid I'm going to pop the hand off. Very, very soft plastic used for these smaller parts. Not a good call on the part of Hasbro. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Because if the soft plastic is stuck in the paint here, and it's too caught, then it's just going to rip rather than turning. You can see, I mean, that doesn't want to turn. Oh, did I get, nope. It's just stuck. So, I'm going to do a little further. Now this one's actually getting a little bit of turning going, if I can keep it. Okay, so we've got the left hand able to turn, so we can get it looking, hanging at his side. And what's funny is if they had just positioned them correctly in the package, like if they'd been turned the correct way, I wouldn't really even have messed with it or thought anything of it, because, I mean, what am I doing with this guy? There's not much to be done. I do wish his arms could hang a little, just a little lower, but they made this robe a separate plastic piece, which just thickened things up a little bit, so, but that's okay. He looks good. He looks like he's supposed to look. I just want that hand to turn, and it just doesn't want to. All right, so anyway, Dungeon Master, Venger, cheap, soft plastics that you're terrified of breaking aside, they look great. I am so excited to be adding figures from this cartoon to my shelf after wanting them for almost 40 years now. So, if you're careful with them, which is not something I should have to say, right? Like, it's not okay, but once you do loosen them up, once you do heat things up and move them around a little bit, get them posed how you want, put them on your shelf, I'm happy with them. I do wish Hasbro had used a little better materials, but as far as the design and the sculpt, I mean, they look fantastic. So, thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, and hopefully you too can live out all of your fantasies, be they dungeon-y or otherwise.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.